Why did you become a recording artist?
Well, really, like, growing up, like, listening to Lil Wayne and Drake and, like, back in that era, all them older rappers, and just, like, influenced me a lot. And I had issues with some kids in school and put out a diss track in the closet. And basically, that's how it really happened.
Explain the diss song situation.
Well, I got into it with these two dudes in school, and one of the dudes had a girlfriend or whatever, and I took his girl, so that's how that situation escalated.
He made a diss song about you?
Nah, he didn't rap.
Oh, you made a diss song about him?
Yeah, I made one.
What was the reaction to that song?
Shit, I mean, they seen after I dropped it the next day, they see me in school, and we got into a fight in the hallway.
What ended up happening after the fight?
We just got suspended, and later on, and like after about a year, we just became friends, and that was it, really.
It was in-school suspension, out-of-school suspension?
It was out of school.
How many days?
It was like 10 days.
And what grade was
I
this
was
for you?
in 10th grade.
High school.
Mm-hmm.
What high school did you attend?
Pamlico County High School.
And what was, when you released the diss song, how'd you release it?
Back then, I didn't really know much about music like that, so I was recording out the closet. My homeboy was like, yo, let's just put it out, and we just put it out. I don't even think I put it on any platforms. I just dropped it on YouTube, really.
But he was able to hear the diss song.
Yeah, he seen it. Yeah, he heard it.
Did you make sure he saw it? Did you, even though you put it on YouTube?
Yeah, it was kids at school sharing it, so he's seen it.
And you made it, you purposely made it so he could see it?
Yeah.
Remember what it was called?
Nah, I don't remember the name of it.
Was this your first song you recorded ever, or you were already recording music at that time?
No, it was my first song.
Your first song was a diss record.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you guys end up becoming friends a year later? 11th grade, 12th grade?
Yeah, we ended up playing sports together and stuff, so after that, we got a bond together and smoked after school, stuff like that.
He approaches you and squashes it, you approach him and squash it?
I don't even really remember, but I think he had came up to me and apologized about the whole situation.
And just a little bit more on the backstory here. This escalated, let me just get a little more specific. You were already having an issue with him, so you take his girl in retaliation?
Nah, his girl liked me, and I ended up talking to her, and I don't know, it just ended up, it just escalated to that point, and that's just what happened. Like, he found out about it, and that was that.
But you were already into it with him prior to the girl situation?
Yeah, sort of, yeah. We had a little bit of an issue, kind of.
Remember what that issue was?
Nah, I was like 14. I don't even really remember.
And when this girl shows interest in you, did you do that on purpose back then? Was that a way to get back at him? Were you using her for that reason, or you just liked her like she liked you type of thing?
Yeah, I kind of liked her, yeah, but at the same time, yeah, I did do that, to, like, get back at him, but yeah, I didn't really like her, I just did it to get at him.
Did she know this was going on back then? That you two had?
Yeah, she knew.
So was she maybe using you as a way to get back at him too?
I don't know. She might have, I don't know.
how far you end up having a relationship with her? Did you guys end up becoming girlfriend-boyfriend type of thing?
Yeah, we talked for a little while. About
Why?
6, 7 months.
And you make this diss song within those 6, 7 months?
Nah, I made a diss song like, trying to think of it. I made it like 2 days. Like it was just like a simple, in the closet, like just straight to it, and that was that. Like, and I just put it out, released it, and that was before I got with her. And
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the diss song comes out, and then her, that's afterwards.
Yeah, like he knew that we was I was like kind of talking to her a little, but the diss song came out like right when I first started talking to her.
I see. And why did things end between you two?
Just grew apart, really.
Now, when it came to hip-hop, rap music, was that the first genre of music you actually encounter in your life?
Yeah, it was.
And I know you mentioned Lil Wayne, I know you mentioned Drake. We'll talk about them too here in a little bit. But what drew you to hip-hop? What drew you to rap music? That genre
really,
there.
like, back then, like, just like seeing them, like, I just wanted to make something of myself, like coming from out like a country with nothing, like no opportunities, nothing. Like, I wanted to have the chains, like, I wanted to have shows, like, you know what I'm saying, travel and just do things outside of my, you know what I'm saying, where I lived at.
You like what you saw.
Yeah.
And you wanted that for yourself. Now, how did you discover Lil Wayne or Drake's music, or did someone put you onto them at that time?
Nah, I used to, like, back then, watching TV, I would see them come up on the TV, like 106 in Park and like different stuff like that.
Remember what age or what grade this was?
I know it was like middle school and just starting the beginning of high school.
Ever had a chance to personally meet either Lil Wayne or Drake yet?
Nah.
Now, how'd you learn how to rap?
Really, I just taught myself, like, just drawing, like, writing down, like, rhymes every now and then, basically just teaching myself, really.
And this was something you wanted to do on your own, or was it a suggestion? Maybe someone put a battery behind your back, so to speak.
Yeah, it sort of was like a suggestion, like, after I did the diss track type deal, like, people, like caught on to my music, so they, like, started listening, and it just went up from there.
Now it's January 2021. At this point, are you a full-time recording artist?
Yeah.
How long would you say you've been full-time for?
I'd say I've been taking it seriously for like 3 years.
Ever signed a recording contract?
Yeah.
Still signed today?
Nah, independent.
Who were you signed to and what happened?
I don't want to like say the name of the record label or whatever, but the label is like an indie label from Raleigh, North Carolina. And the way they ran things, it didn't work out right.
And was that the first and only recording contract you've signed thus far?
Nah, I signed right before the one that I was just saying I signed another one before that one with a talent agency in Greenville, North Carolina, but that didn't work out either. It wasn't really like professional, it was like at an amateur.
So just those two contracts?
Yeah, that's the only two.
Aside from those two, since those have passed, have you been offered recording contracts?
Yeah, I've had a few people like come at me with like saying that they know people that will maybe be interested, and But I just want to like be cautious of what I sign. Like I don't want to just go out there and sign with somebody and it don't be genuine, and then they use me, or you know what I'm saying, and I end up signing something I regret.
These offers, were they independent or major record labels?
Well, I mean,
since the two contracts.
Yeah, it's kind of like both, really. Like some of them was independent and some sort of major, but I'm not sure if it's legit. You know what I'm saying? So
could be kind of scammy.
Yeah.
And just to be a little bit, have a little bit more clarification, you were actually offered recording contracts since those two had passed, or it was just somebody saying they could get you they could put you in the right direction or hook you up with something?
Yeah, both really. Like I've had people come up to me saying, like, I know such and such, he can help you get signed with Capitol and stuff like that. Then I got other independent labels that have hit me up, and I just feel like they want to use me to help their label, you know what I'm saying?
Looking back, before I ask you this question, when you talk about an independent record label using you, do you actually decline their offers? Do you actually?
Yeah, for right now, I've been declining because I've been trying to work with somebody right now.
And when you have declined, did any of those record labels feel some type of way?
I don't know. They might have. I ain't heard from them, so.
Looking back, did you make the right or wrong decision declining those offers there?
I would say it's still the right decision because I just don't want to sign something again that'll have me like stuck in a bind or something.
Also, in these 3 years of taking it serious, as you described, ever felt like quitting?
I've had my doubts sometimes, but like I just try to focus, like, cause I got a family and like I really want to push it. So like now, like I ain't got no doubt. Like I just really want to push myself.
What kind of family you got?
I got like a whole bunch of kids. I got a wife that supports me and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, people that look up to me. Yeah, and I got a lot of kids.
How many do you have with your wife?
I got Eris, I got Cam, and then I have Tallulah. That's 3, and then I also have the oldest, Brayden, which is my stepson. She already had him.
And I want to ask you this. I lost my train of thought for a second when we were talking about family. I got sidetracked there. Oh, yeah. When it came to you being a serious recording artist for 3 years, that's, you know, the rough estimate you gave me, the talent agency contract and then the other record label contract that you had signed, was that during the 3-year span of being a serious recording artist, or was that prior to?
The talent agency, I think that was like right before I got serious. But the second one that I signed was like during the time that I was like being serious with my music.
And do you know, just for chronological purposes, how long maybe you were serious before you actually signed? Were you 6 months in being serious and then you signed that contract?
Yeah, it was about, I'd say like about a year.
And how long did that contract last for?
It didn't last long. It was like a few months, about 4 months, 5 months, something like that.
How were you able to get out of it?
Well, really, they sent me a contract that was like typed up wrong, like letters spelt wrong, and saying that they wanted to release me because they didn't like that my wife had stuff to say to them about certain things that didn't make sense. Like they just had me like doing some. It was some hocus pocus shit. Like they had me doing all types of weird shit. So they didn't like that my wife had something to say about it.
Speaking of your wife, care to share her name?
Yeah, her name's Catherine.
How'd you guys first meet?
Well, the way we met, I was talking to her friend, and me and her got together through her. So me and her friend weren't really like serious, and we were just like messing around. So I met her through her, and then we got together like that.
What ended up happening with that friend in this whole equation?
She just ended up talking to different homies that I knew, and she just ended up moving away.
Did things get ugly in that situation?
Nah, not really.
Because that wasn't the initial, your wife wasn't the initial intent at first, but it became that at another point in time.
Yeah.
Sometimes these type of situations do get ugly.
Yeah, I know.
Do get very messy, but it didn't in this case.
Nah.
And how long have you guys been married for at this point?
We just got married at the end of October, so just a few months.
Now, people get married for different reasons. What was yours?
Well, I love her, and we've been together for a while. We've been together about 8 years, so I feel like she my ride or die.
And she's to the side of us in this interview.
Yeah.
As well. That's who you're looking at here on the side. And does she obviously, from the sound of it, plays a role in your music career.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have a formal or an official position with your music career?
Yeah, she really like, she like my assistant. Like she like do most of the talking, like business. She like handle most of it.
And is that something that you wanted her to be in position of? She wants to be in that position for you? How does that work?
Both. It go both ways. Like she wanted, like she likes to do it, and then I felt that she was the best person to do it for me because like I trust her. You know what I'm saying? So.
And was she playing that role from the very beginning?
Yeah.
Okay. Risk versus reward. What's the biggest risk you took for your music career so far?
I would say, as far as that, like, just like me, like investing into myself and like putting that money out there, like you never know what can happen sometimes, like people scamming you, and it's just like actually going forward with like investing into yourself as an artist, like it's just important. And sometimes some people might, I don't know, it's just some people you just can't trust in the music industry. Like you just gotta know where you put your money at with stuff, and that was like a big thing for me with the music, like for years since I first started, like watching people that scam you and shit like that.
Have you been scammed?
Yeah, I have.
In what ways?
Well, I sent an artist some money, and he didn't send me my track, and I mean, he still ain't sent me my track, and that's one thing right there, and that's not even including like other things I didn't pay for, like blog placements that didn't never happen, like people that promised me stuff like that and never happened. So I'm like really cautious with what I do.
The artist that you paid for a feature, was this a direct payment to the artist? Was there a middleman? Was it a fraudulent middleman? Because I've heard stories of you know, various.
Yeah, it was a direct type of situation. Like I had him on Instagram. We talked up there, like, and then I sent him the bread, and he just didn't never send me my track.
And you've questioned him about it?
Yeah.
And what's the answer or reply you get back?
He didn't respond, so I dissed him too. I put a diss track out against him too, so.
After he didn't fulfill his end of the bargain?
Mm-hmm.
Has he done this to other artists or just you?
That I know of. I haven't heard of him doing it to other people. I mean, he might have, but he did it to me, but I don't know. Shit, he just didn't ever respond, so.
You dissed him on a song.
Mm-hmm.
Care to share the name of the song or the name of the artist?
His name's Zillakami. The name of the song is Junius.
And did he respond back to that diss?
Nah.
If he's watching this interview right now, do you have anything to say to him?
I ain't gonna say nothing on it right now.
When it comes to your music career, how much have you invested into it so far? Rough estimate.
I'd say at least about 30,000 right now, at least.
Have you recouped it?
Yeah, I made my money off of it.
All 30,000 back?
Give or take, yeah, I have.
How long did it take?
I'd say maybe about a year and a half, 2 years.
And aside from just recouping and breaking even, have you gone in the green? Have you gone in the black, I should say? Have you profited?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got, like, in the last year, like, I really started seeing more income from my music. Like, I didn't have stuff set up right. Like I didn't even know about, like, the ASCAP. I had to get somebody to show me how to do everything, so.
When it came to risk versus reward, and we talked about that, was it worth it? Was that risk worth the reward or what you got out of it? Thinking back, looking back?
I feel like it is, yeah.
Why?
Like, just like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
It's okay. Proudest accomplishment so far in your music career?
I mean, having a song with the baby, like, and other, like, major artists, like Project Pat, and stuff like that, like major artists, and having the features with them.